Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of safety. This week, I'm just highlighting some of the mind's greatest tricks when it comes to safety. And the way that the mind is so hypnotic and so compelling in trying to convince you that your safety lies in something outside of you, and that your safety is dependent on something outside of you happening or something outside of you never happening. And what if that's just not true? What if the mind is just so tricky and it comes in with such convincing ideas and beliefs and stories that our bodies, our brilliant, magnificent, intelligent bodies are the place to look for truth, for guidance. So when a story of high stakes, urgency, life or death starts playing, and they're very compelling and they have all kinds of evidence, you'll notice that your body comes online, right? Your heart races, your blood pumps, you feel dizzy, you feel nauseous, all kinds of cool things start happening in the body. And the greatest trick of all that most of us have fallen for forever is that we believe that those sensations in the body are confirming the story of urgency, the story of high stakes, the story of this is life or death, this is awful. But what if, and play with this yourself, what if the body's so brilliant and so wise and so kind that when stories and beliefs of urgency and high stakes and life or death begin playing, the body swoops in like Superman to wake you up. And it will be loud and it will be efficient and it will use whatever sensations work most efficiently to grab your attention. I almost picture like the body being like a bucket of cold water that someone splashes on your face when you're lost in thought, lost in urgency, lost in sort of freaking out. The body's kind of like that cold water splash on your face, like, whoa, hang on a minute. You're falling for all kinds of tricks right now. And I'm trying to wake you up. I'm pulling every stop I can pull. I'm giving you every sensation, every symptom. I'm doing everything I can think of to pull you back and say, wait a second. This happened this morning with a client. I think it's a beautiful example. And I'd love to just kind of leave with this as an example. She was talking about in very neutral language, there's not enough money to pay the bills. The money's going to run out before the bills run out. And so far, she hasn't seen an option for how to balance that out. And so there's been a lot of scratching and clawing and seeking and oh my godding and how do I do it? And a lot of extreme ideas for how to solve this crisis. And then we sat together for a moment and we let that storm, that big thunderstorm in her head kind of settle. And we just felt the sensations of urgency without buying into those stories. Now, it doesn't change the basic facts. There's not enough money here to pay what needs to be paid for there. Yes, true. And there might not be. But all the extra thunderstorm noise of urgency and high stakes and what ifs, well, they pretend to help. They pretend to be the stories that will help come in and save the day and offer safety. But when you're in the midst of a thunderstorm, believing a bunch of lies that the mind is telling about how you must solve this and you must do this in order to be safe, it's really, really hard to open up those channels where solutions and ideas come in. So, urgency and high stakes and life or death stories are wonderful opportunities. They're not a mistake. But when they come in, they're not telling us that our safety is in solving these problems. They're an opportunity to go back within first and to really stabilize in who you really are and where safety, true safety without an opposite, is found. It's already there. It's within you. You're already okay. I love doing this thing, and we did this with my client this morning, and she was talking about all these things sort of going wrong and that have gone wrong in her life. And it was so beautiful when she saw it and she did it for herself. And hers was something along the lines of, my life is a financial disaster right now, and I'm okay. The I'm okay is steady. It's the place where we are continuously being invited to return. It's internal, it's inside, it's not outside of you ever. You are your own safety. It's already there. It is not dependent on something outside of you. Now, does that mean nothing is ever going to crash into your little world? Nope. Because financial issues happen, illnesses happen, all kinds of things in this world of form happen. They just do. But when stories of urgency, high stakes, this is life or death, start claiming space right in your head and pretending that they're true, that is your opportunity. That's your invitation. Go back in. Instead of scratching and clawing and trying to solve the problems from a space of a thunderstorm, of urgency, of high stakes, retreat back inside. Go back and be in that space within that is okay in the center of the storm. Be the center of the storm. Be the eye of the storm. That is your default state. It's your true nature. And ironically, paradoxically, when we come back into that eye of the storm, that knowing that I'm okay and there's a big storm out there, the skies tend to part and answers become more obvious. The next right step presents itself, not because you're scratching and clawing for it, but because you are in a posture of, I'm okay, I'm safe, everything's all right, all is well, in the very center of me. And I can look around, see all kinds of things, quote, falling apart, falling to pieces. But the next right action and the next brilliant idea and possibility will present themselves from a place of, I'm okay right now. This is a mess. This is scary. This feels terrible. And I'm safe. I'm okay. All is well. I love you guys, and I'll see you for day 3. Bye.